Year 7 students, my name is Miss Mason. I'm Teaching and Learning Head of Department here at Victoria Point State High School, and we're going to go through your explicit thinking lesson today on the skill of describe. You'll need to have open this handout that you can see in front of you. This is where you'll write your responses as we go through the lesson here. So these blue boxes are fillable. You're able to write directly, or type directly I should say, into this worksheet, and then you can just save it and upload it back to your individual Moodle pages. So as we go through each of the activities, you can fill them in on this handout here. So let's get started in the PowerPoint. Nice and big for us. All right, so our focus, as I said, is describe skill, our Walt, Wolf and Tibbs. So what I'd like you to learn today is to develop an understanding of the skill describe. What I'm looking for is active engagement in the describe activities. So you need to complete the independent construction and the exit ticket on your handout. And we're doing this because you're required to describe ideas in the construction of your personal memoir later in the term. So being descriptive makes it really engaging for your reader, and that's what we want to try and work on with our writing. So by definition, describe means to give an account of a situation, event, pattern or process, or of the characteristics or features of something. So it's to make sure that you use lots of details so that your listener or your reader can imagine being right there in the moment with you at that particular situation. So think about, telling your parents a story or telling one of your friends a story about what happened on your holidays and how you like to describe all of the things, how you're feeling, what you saw, what maybe you could smell as well. So that's what we're working on today. This is our Freya model. So a Freya model is a graphic organizer that normally if we were in class together, we would co-construct this. So I'd get you to write some responses on what are facts and characteristics. But what it means is, give lots of details, more information. We're looking for our 5 W's and 1 H, and we want to appeal to the senses. We should see lots of adjectives in our writing. Remember, they're our descriptive words. Some examples of when you might have had to describe is when you're writing a story or explaining a situation, describing an event or an image to someone who wasn't there. You'll notice that in your worksheet you've got a couple of dot points here where you can add some extra examples that you've come up with on your own. So you should do that now. This bottom box is about non-examples, so what we might confuse the term with. So statements or yes-no answers, things that are really to the point where we want to see those descriptions that paint that picture for us. Your exit ticket, just so you know, is completing this definition at the end of the lesson, so you don't need to do that at the moment. So things to note about describing. The focus is not so much on formal sentence starters. We want to see creative writing. So the idea of describing is more about the storytelling and the details. So strategies to include are describing it in detail, so using lots of nouns and adjectives, verbs and adverbs. Using wow words, so instead of using ran, use, staggered or plotted. A thesaurus is a really great tool to help you come up with words that mean the same, where our synonyms are. You can use the details, so who, what, when, where, why, and how, and we're going to focus on that today. Our senses, what does it feel like, smell like, sound like, what's going on? We're going to use lots of descriptive language. We're going to use a strategy called show, don't tell. And lastly, you could use similes and or metaphors, also helpful. You've got these notes on page 2 of your handout, so you can read along there. All right, let's have a look at the first example together. So I've done this one. So your task for your assessment is to write a memoir about an abstract noun. Okay, so an abstract noun is a noun that describes a feeling or an emotion. So for example, courage. So here I've made up a story here about my dad and I. We're nervous about a boating trip and what might happen. Dad screams. It's the middle of summer. We're on a fishing boat. We're doing this because why did I need courage? I needed to act, or we're going to not survive. There's a catastrophic incident that's happened. And how does it all happen? How do I need to show my courage? Well, Dad screamed, so it meant that something was wrong. So I've done my first draft here below. So my body was shaking. I felt cold, but it was hot. I was so nervous. Something bad was going to happen today. Dad told me to stop being silly. The boat is strong, the fishing rods are new, and the forecast is sunny and calm. It's going to be a great day. The ocean waves hit the edge of the boat. I was cranky at Dad for not listening to me. I was annoyed and wanted to go home. Then I heard a sound that I will not forget. Dad screamed. I felt sick and held onto the boat. What was going on? It's okay, for a memoir, that's not too bad, but we can make it better. So we can make it better by identifying phrases that we have told rather than shown what's going on. So if we have a look at this page here, I've highlighted some of the phrases that have been straight, telling. My body was shaking. That can be transformed into a shiver ran down my spine. It was hot, I was nervous. We can say despite it being the middle of the summer there, that creates the setting. I was nervous, the sinking feeling in my stomach would not go away. So it says the same thing, but it's more descriptive and it paints a better picture for my listener. So as you go through your writing, when we edit, we want to identify elements that we can show what's going on to make it more engaging for our reader. So if we have a look now at a rewritten example, a shiver ran down my spine. I felt cold despite it being the middle of summer. The sinking feeling in my stomach would not go away. Something bad was going to happen today. Dad told me to stop being ridiculous. The boat is strong, the fishing rods are new, and the forecast is sunny and calm. It's going to be a great day. The gentle ocean waves lapping rhythmically against the edge of the boat did little to calm my nerves. I was annoyed and wanted to go home. Then I heard a sound that I will never ever forget. Dad screamed, a gut-wrenching pained yell. That nagging feeling in my gut sent a wave of nausea through my veins, causing me to stagger and grab hold of the edge of the boat. Okay, so much more exciting, so much more tension. That's what we want to have a look at. There's another example here for boredom. So you can have a read through this on your handout and have a look at where we've identified the telling elements and how we've rewritten those to show. You've got this, so we've highlighted them there. These are two examples that you can have a look at to help you to show you the process of what you need to do before you're going to have a go on your own in a moment. So, your turn. I want you to write a memoir about the topic brave, okay? So you need to think about a time in your life when you've had to be brave. What happened? Why was this happening? Who was there? When was this? Okay, record your memory in the graphic organizer on your handout, okay? So fill in the who, what, when, where, why, and how. Then you're going to construct your first draft. This is just about first draft writing, making sure you're telling me the story here of when you had to be brave. Okay, that's step 1, 2, and 3. We know that first draft writing is great because it gives us a basis to edit and make our writing better. So when we go through on our second attempt, we're going to pull out elements or phrases or words that you have told rather than shown. And you're going to fill in your table here. So you don't have to rewrite the whole thing, just like we did in the examples. Pull out certain sections of the text and rewrite those to create a more engaging piece for your reader. Then you're going to rewrite your memoir, and I want you to highlight where you've made the changes to make your writing more descriptive. If you can't highlight the words, I should be able to see them in the table above. It might be tricky on the computer. Have a go if you can do that. I'm not sure. Once you've finished that, you've got to do your exit ticket, okay, which is your own definition of what describe means. And then you're going to save this. So save your PDF with your name in it, and you're going to upload it to the Moodle site, okay? If you have any questions about what the task is, make sure that you email your teacher. If not, happy describing. Let's make that writing really engaging and start painting a picture for our reader. Good luck, students.